Hey everybody, Tom Gentile. Welcome to the program today. Coming to you live from Sarasota, Florida. Yes, I got my Top Dad shirt on today. Glad to be hanging out with you. Today we're going to get into stocks, bonds, currencies, commodities. I want to get into, right behind me here, we're going to talk about Groupon, what I'm doing with Groupon, and I'm going to finish the session out with how I find doubles. All of this we're going to be doing using the Thinkorswim platform and my platform at tomsoptiontools.com. So hope you guys are ready to go. Let's go ahead and get started. And welcome, everybody. I see everybody on the board here with me right now. Excited to see you here. And again, lots I want to cover here in the next half hour, maybe a few more minutes. We'll see. Anyway, let's go ahead and move over to my my screen. So lots, like I said, to cover with you guys. All right. So we have a ton of things to cover with you today, and so I'm just going to get right to it. So, guys, we're going to get into daily and intraday market averages. We'll look at SPY, TLT, UUP, USO, GLD, BTC. Groupon trades wildly after the reverse split. What's to come and what I am looking at on this one, what I'm doing with it. Also, how to find doubles with the percent to double tool. That is my plan for you. Before I go any further, I have a poll for you. Let's go ahead and look at the poll here. It should be rolling right now. My poll was, you know what? It's not going to allow me to do a poll. So what I'm going to do then is I'm just going to ask you guys, would you rather have from me? What would you rather have? All right. I'm going to give you either a market outlook. All right. This is by PDF. By PDF, or a trading plan for Groupon on video. Which would you prefer? The outlook. I'm typing this down as I'm saying it. The Groupon. I'll put Groupon plan, or I'm going to give you option 3. All right, let's see if this thing will actually allow me to. Oh, no, it's not allowing me to open the poll. So you're going to tell me, what do you want? You want an outlook? Or you want a trading plan? I'll tell you what. Let me give you number 3. How about both? All right. Why can't I have both? That's, we were last year we were at our summer home up in upstate New York, and my nephew, younger. He, we're handing out ice cream cones, and he grabs 2 of them with one hand. And my wife goes, Joe, you can't eat them both at the same time. Why don't you save one for somebody else? And he says, Auntie, why can't I have both? And I've I wish I had a picture of that. I'd be using it on videos galore. All right, we're gonna do both, guys. We're gonna do both. So glad to have you here. So let's start with number 1. All right, you ready? Look in the chat box right now. Bam. There's your outlook. All right, we're going to talk about that right now. Outlook is coming. Let's go ahead and do a quick outlook while we're looking at our outlook. This is what I did, and this is what I just sent you. All you have to do is click on it, and you can get this PDF and then save it. So what I have here is, it actually starts off with the word card sharks on it. Read that information. You can see what I'm talking about. But I'm going to go to the 4 corners of the market. So I'm starting on page 2. So we talked about the fact that we have an island reversal top pattern that happened in the market. I don't know if you're aware of this, all right? But this was a week ago where we had a gap up. We had 4 days where we just kind of hung out, and then a gap down afterwards. And we've been trading below that reversal top, which is trading around 320 on the SPY, all right? Now, where are we on SPY right now? Well, I'll show you where we are. All right, we're at 309. We're nowhere near 320. All right. So I think we're probably going to be hitting some resistance up here, maybe going above this a bit and getting around 310. But still, we're not anywhere near that Allen reversal top, which occurred over at 320. We're sitting right down here below these 2 red candles, as you see. All right. That's the first thing I want to show you. Number two, what is the best trading platform? I see that question coming in. You guys feel free to answer. I use several of them. I like Schwab. I like Thinkorswim. I like Interactive Brokers. I like all of them for different reasons. Okay, so I don't think there is any one best. There are strengths and weaknesses on every broker platform, James. So take a look at the TLT. So TLT, we've had 3 different darknet, I call them Alpha 9 buying strategies here, where we've had these coming in and coming up to a resistance line. All right, before starting to drop again. Where is TLT trading at today? Even though the trend seems to be down with buying opportunities on the way on the counter trend. All right, but we're going to need to break 164 to break this downtrend line here. And if we believe the stock market's going to be possibly coming off, I really want to see the bonds moving up and breaking above 164. Where are the bonds at today? Let's take a look. Coming on over, TLT. Let's see. Well, doesn't look like we're going to be breaking 164 today, folks. TLT is in the red, which tells me that the stock market it's got one bullish quiver in it right here, which is this bond market trending down today. All right, moving back. Now, we look at the currency UUP. UUP is the Power Shares Double Dollar Index. This is basically the ETF for the dollar, but it trades at twice the speed. So when you look at this and you can see 1, 2, 3, almost 4, and then drop out, all right, below this 2670 area. All right, we dropped all the way down to just below 26 before rising above it today. All right, we are looking at UUP running into resistance now because support, all right, support here, 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 and here is now going to become resistance. So this 2660, 2670 area is going to become a resistance area. We did get an Alpha 9 buy signal, but we don't trade Alpha 9 signals on something like the US dollar where you're seeing something that just gets these really small moves. But we utilize it, all right, because if you have a buy signal, for instance, in bonds, and you have a buy signal in the US dollar, what goes down when these two go up? I'll tell you what goes down when these two go up. The stock market. All right. So where is UUP trading at right now? Well, let's look and see. UUP. So UUP is at 2624, and it got as high Friday as 2642. All right, so we're not quite yet at the resistance level either, but I want you to pay attention to this. We're down here near the bottom on cash. So if we're on the bottom on cash and we're on the bottom on bonds, that is a double whammy to this to the stock market actually moving higher. Maybe not a double whammy. If you're long the stock market, this is in your favor. Last thing I want to show you is USO. USO is also trending higher, got as high Friday as 2886 before falling off immensely in the afternoon and then making a little comeback here into the close of the day. But today, it's all been rallying up and in the green zone today. So we are actually trading above the first hour high. All right, so looking at what we were focusing on last week with USO, you can see here, we saw, this is, by the way, when the reverse split happened. We've been on a move higher. We kind of broke below this a little bit, but again, we would look to see a break below 25 if we expected this to get short again. It did not do that. In fact, it did the opposite. All right, it was moving. Now, I'm just showing you the last couple of days. Here's 27.75. That's as low as it got last week, and we've been on the climb, and now we're hitting resistance up here that we're seeing hit again in the high 28s. This is also bullish for the stock market. So the stock market, unless we get some weird things that happen, the stock market wants to go higher because all of the other commodities, currencies, and bonds are saying, you know what, it's okay if you drift higher on the day. So I expect we're going to drift higher. We're going to get above this 210 area. And the area of support that I'm looking at really is Friday support. All right. And I'm not looking at Friday morning support. I'm looking at Friday afternoon. You got double support happening right here around 310.50 or so. That's where I think we're going to gravitate to this afternoon. And the rest of the market seems to be agreeing on that. So I showed you guys last week. I think was it last week? Maybe not. Taking short-term trades in this market. It can be as simple as looking at a very, very short-term option trade. Okay, so a short-term option trade here might be buying these 309 calls. Now, SPY has call options that expire today, so it's a very small risk. And I would look at, if you bought the 309 calls, if the market went to 310 half, 310.50, 310.50 would be a great place to take profits. Okay, so just wanted to show you real quick what that would look like today. All right, so there we go. So that's stocks, bonds, currencies, and commodities. Let's go ahead and move into part of what I call part 2 of the session. And by the way, before I move off of this, guys, let me tell you. Here you go. Take a look at one more time. There's the PDF. I'm going to share that with you right now. All right, guys. And Mike, you're talking about day trades. My suggestion is there are certain platforms that are better to do day trading on than others. Okay, so for instance, if I were to take just a quick, and again, these are by no way endorsements, but Robinhood is not a good day trading platform. Charles Schwab, I'm going to say yes and no. They have web-based platforms, not good day trading platforms, but their Street Smart Edge platform is more geared toward fast trading. And while TD Ameritrade might be the Thinkorswim platform might be great for day trading, TD Ameritrade on its own, no, it's not really a good day trading platform. In fact, any web-based platform where you have to wait, you have to do a request to send, it comes back, not a great platform to do short-term intraday trades on. All right, so here, let's go ahead and move into the next thing I want to cover with you guys, and that is Groupon. All right, so I did a little video on Groupon, and I'm not going to have time to get into this whole thing, but if you want a nice detailed video, told you I was going to give you both. All right, you want a detailed video on Groupon, I'm going to give it to you right now. So right here, I did a video on Groupon, and I also talked about different charts. I did different charts on this subject, and I am going to paste that link right into the group for you right now. So grab that, go ahead and click on that. You can take a look at that after, but I would click on it right now while we're live and get that set up, and then pause it. All right, you don't want to hear me talking and me talking at the same time, because that might be a little bit tough to get that. So I do a detailed analysis on Groupon. I do a detailed analysis, and not just charts, guys. I go over the fundamentals of Groupon, something called a reverse stock split, where we saw it happening in USO. Typically, reverse stock splits are not good for the stock, and so I set up a bearish scenario with Groupon, looking at not only their fundamental analysis and news, but technical analysis, looking at channels and looking at something I call probability cones. Right, I take all this information off of tomsoptiontools.com to show you how I come up with this, and some real live case studies along with it. So check that video out, and I've got something else coming to you. I'm going to talk about that here momentarily as well. So you definitely want to check this video out, and I'll mention the other in just a moment. All right, so let's get past this, and let's get into my stock and option table. I want to do something with you guys with Groupon real quick. I'm looking at this, and I'm just going to cut to the chase. All right, going to get to the last chapter of this book. So I talk about Groupon, and I set up a bearish opportunity on Groupon. If you're bearish on Groupon, then you got to first check your outlook. What's your outlook this week, this month, maybe July? I'm going to tell you, I think that if you're going into a stock that's getting very wild right now, all right, very wild. Adrian, you're absolutely right. All right, Tim, You're absolutely right. I say, Tim, you're absolutely right, because that's why I set this up as a bearish opportunity, because I completely agree with you. And by the way, think about this. I want all of you to think about this right now. I asked my wife this, Adrian, your wife and my wife probably in the same camp. My wife doesn't even know how to get to Groupon.com. I mean, they were big 10 years ago. You know where my wife gets all of her buying opportunities now? On Facebook, on social media. She swears when she's talking about something that they're picking up on it through the microphone on her iPhone. And the next time she goes online, they're advertising the exact thing that she was talking about. That might be true. But what I do know is my wife said to me, she goes, Groupon. Oh, yeah, I remember them. That's what I hear from everybody. I remember them. Not, yeah, I use them. And so that's the problem Groupon's got right now. But anyway, I look at options, and the shorter term options on these high volatility situations. I'm going to pair of two of them up for you right now. The shorter term options, you see these huge bid ask spreads. Take a look at this. This isn't even correct here. All right. 18.5, 2 cents by $1.10. Who's going to get into that? 2 cents by $1.10. That's a wide bid ask spread. All right, now let's go down and look at the options expire on the 17th. 217 by 238. 148 by 191. Why the big difference? Does anybody know? Why is the big difference? Precious, my wife's right on everything. I have a coffee mug that I think says that my wife is 100% right on absolutely everything. So the reason why is because the volume and the amount of trades going in and out, option trades are going in and out of the July 17th contract, not the July or the June 26th. 4 by 50, 1 by 49, 0 by 196. Stay away from the weekly option contracts on stuff that has no volume and open interest. Okay? Go where the volume is. Be a small fish in a big pond. All right? That's where I want to leave you when it comes to Groupon. Take a look again at the video that I left you guys. I'm going to put the link up there again right now. Click on that, watch that when you can, and subscribe to the link, and you'll get all my videos in a timely basis. I want to mention that one more time as I go into the last feature I want to talk with you about today, and that is percent to doubles. Who in this room, give me an answer right now in the chat box, since my polls aren't working today. Who in this room knows what the percent to double formula is? Please let me know. Yes or no. I know what the percent to double formula is for options. Yes or no. I'm still waiting. All right, while I'm waiting, I'm going to show you the percent to double formula. It was invented long ago, but believe it or not, there was a patent application that was applied on the percent to double back in June 19th of 2003. Since then, percent to double is now used in a few different software programs. We have it right here in tomsoptiontools.com, and I see a lot of no's on here. And here's the thing. The percent to double, all right, the formula is it's a complex formula, but think about this. In a stock, where does a stock need to move in order for it to have a percent to double? You still need a 100%, you need a 100% move in a stock to get a 100% return, right? If you have a $10 stock and it goes to 20, you need the stock to move 100% for you to see a 100% return. In options, it's different. You need a smaller move in the option to get a bigger move, all right? To get a bigger move as a percent to double on that option. Now, I have a help file in my tools that allow you to talk about this percent to double value. And it's based on the stock price movement required for the option to double in price. Percent to double is a common metric used in selecting the best trade for a particular stock. all right, a particular option on that stock. I want to go backwards for a moment because what I want to do is I want to show you I'm all set up and I can go in here and I can say, all right, you know what? Amazon.com. Show me some trades at Amazon, all right, if there are any that offer the lowest percent to double. Right now, shows me that if I were to buy the Amazon August 21st, 2685 calls, all right, by the way, they're trading for $158, that I would need a 10%, 10.7% move in Amazon, or yes, in the stock to get a double on the option, all right? To me, that's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. But are there stocks in there that have a very low movement for a percentage and chance to double? Yes, there are. All right, here's the next thing I want to show you guys. All right, I want you, and I'm ready to go. I'm going to pop them in here real quick. I'm going to put in the top 10 stocks by symbol. You give them to me on the chat room, and I'm going to put them in for you. All right, give them to me right now, and I will put them in for you. So what I need from you is, again, I need your stock. Each of you give me one stock. All right. Give me a stock, and I will put it into my list. All right. And what I'm going to basically do is I'm going to build a list, a short list, not a big list, but a short list. All right. Here we go. All right. Here we go, guys. AAPL, first one that came up. EXPE. Oh, they're moving so fast, I'm not going to be able to get them. Marvel, MRVL, AMD, ZM, Plug. I haven't heard of that. I haven't heard of that one in a while. Let's see. Tesla, TSLA. Is that right? TSLA, excuse me. Let's see. HD, Home Depot. That's old stomping grounds for me. Peloton. Got one of those, using it. I might try to do a live event while riding the Peloton. That might be tough for me to do and talk at the same time. VLO. All right, let me get two more. Peloton's in there, Disney DIS, and finally BA Boeing. All right, stop. I could go on and on and on. I'm going to save this into a list I call my Double Finder list. So let's save the list. There's my list right there, everything I put in. So I have the stock names, I've got the stock symbols, I'm ready to rock and roll. What am I going to do with this list? You know what I'm going to do with this list? Now I'm going to go back over to my Double Finder, and I'm going to go to a list. All right. Let me reset this real quick. So the way I get to this, by the way, guys, is in my searchers. I go to searchers. I have single, multi, save searches, Tom searchers, darknet searches, money average searchers, and hedge fund searchers. So I'm going to go to single strategy. I'm going to come down to Double Finder. See that Double Finder right there? I'm going to click on that. Now, my stock list. I'm looking for a stock list now that I've saved called Double Finder Lists. Where is it? I got all kinds of lists in here. So I have to look through. There it is. There's the Double Finder list. You see it? All right, now I have the Double Finder list in. I'm going to click on lowest percent of double calls. Let's create some trades. Here we go. By the way, Apple came up with, and it ranks this by lowest percent to double. So those of you that put this information in for me, thank you very much. You can see here, I have Apple, and I can go through and I can see this real quick, but here's the close, here's the strike price, August 2021, $16.93, but we're looking for a 9.6% to double. Now, if this is too far, which I believe we could be looking at something like July list, I'm actually going to go in and I'm going to show some information. So instead of 45-day calendars or expiration, I'm going to go to a 15-day to 60-day expiration. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rerun this search because I'm looking for percent to doubles that are going to be a little cheaper. All right, here we go. All right, so, this might be what I'm looking for here. Apple again. What I can tell you guys is that based on everything I'm seeing, Apple, Marvel, Home Depot, Apple, Home Depot, this is ranking by the lowest move in the stock over here, this column here. The lowest move in the stock needed to get a double, a theoretical double on this option trade. So take a look at Marvel, a 60-cent option, right? This is the July 24th options. 60 cents they're trading for right now. All we need is a 5.76% move in Marvel, and we get a potential double on this little option trade right here. All right, now, maybe some of you are looking at this and you're saying, well, wait a minute, Tom, I'm not bullish on all this stuff. Some of it I'm actually bearish on. Well, that's what I'm going to click on, percent to double puts. Let's run the search again. Percent to double puts, and look what comes up now. If you're bearish on Home Depot has percent to double puts that require less than a 10% move. But again, we're looking at August. I'm going to go in and I'm going to create a lowest percent to double puts, but based on short-term options. Okay, shorter-term options. So I'm going to click on my show button. I'm going to go over here, and I'm not going to have 45 days. I'm going to look at 15 days to expiration, and we're going to rerun this using. Now it's going to pull July options now, and there you go. Now we're back to Apple again. Apple, Home Depot. These are puts. Okay, these are put options that show that we need a 5.86% move in Apple, 5.88% move in Apple for these July 24th. All right, 352.5 and 355 put options. The 245 puts using Home Depot for $8.33. They need a less than a 6% move. There's Marvel again, but this time it's the 30 puts with July 24th for 40 cents. All right. Now, all I did for all of you is I just showed you a small window of something that I do to find these calls and puts. All right. To find these calls and puts, I did this with lowest percent to double calls, lowest percent to double puts, just on 10 or so stocks that I threw into the window for you. All right. Now, if you want more of this, remember this video I showed you? I'm going to throw this video link up one more time as we close out today. This video link, yes, this is for the information on Groupon. I am doing a video. My team and I are doing a video on finding doubles that we will have going live tomorrow. And if you go to this link and you subscribe, you will get that finding doubles as soon as it's uploaded. All right, you'll get it before everybody else. I am offering that to the Money Morning clients right now. You guys will have access to this thing before anybody else does. And so with that, let me just finish up here by letting all of you guys know, we look at, I look at different scenarios when I'm out there, all right, in the market. And everything I've talked to you about today, we have covered definitely one thing for sure. And that is that, we're going through and we're looking at rules-based trading strategies, guys. We're looking at spotting opportunities, creating low risk, all right, or acceptable risk trades, and then finally planning, executing, and managing those trades. And that's what I do with you here every Monday. Like I said, follow my information. I've got free articles and free education at moneymappress.com with Power Profit Trades. I shared with you my YouTube video. You can take a look at the free education we offer on YouTube. And my YouTube videos are only usually about 10 minutes, give or take, in length. All right. And of course, we have premium publications you can take a look at on, once again, moneymappress.com. So thanks again for joining me. Have a great rest of your day. And I look forward to seeing you again. Same time, same channel next week. Till then, peace out. See you guys.